On a sad note, where at least 3 persons have died and several others seriously injured following an accident in Manengole, a locality in Kongsamba, Mongo Division, Littoral region of the country. The accident, which occurred yesterday, Monday, October 25, involved a truck and a bus belonging to Bambuthus Express. Get details in the flow report. Elements of the Kongsamba firefighting brigade breaking through the scrap of this vehicle to rescue passengers following a ghastly car accident in Manengole village, a locality in Kongsamba, Mongo Division, Littoral region of Cameroon. The accident, which occurred on the night of Monday, breaking Tuesday, October 26, involved a truck belonging to a cement company and a bus leaving at least 3 persons dead, while several others were injured. According to eyewitnesses, the accident was as a result of overspeeding, resulting in a violent collision.
Ce chauffeur de, je ne sais quoi, Bambuthus Express, il était en vive allure.
The driver of the bus belonging to Bambuthus Travel Agency was on top speed. It got behind the truck, and because of overspeeding, it led to the accident that left 3 people dead.
Et vraiment, c'est délicat.
The population is calling on the Minister of Transport to ensure drivers reduce their speed and get enough rest. Shocked after witnessing the accident, this resident of Manengole village says, "With regards to this accident today, I really want to call on drivers to reduce their speed, because the road doesn't kill. We are the ones that kill." Survivors of yesterday's accident were immediately rushed to a nearby hospital for treatment. Meanwhile, investigations has been opened. Yesterday's accident on the National Road number 5 adds to many that has claimed lives and left several Cameroonians in difficult conditions. According to a study published in February by the Ministry of Transport, 35% of these accidents are caused by overspeeding, 17% by the condition of vehicles, 10% by reckless driving, and 10% due to bad state of roads. With these, Cameroonians are called upon to be on alert, especially when using the highway. Now, as the AFCON Games fast approach, stakeholders are leaving no stone unturned to ensure the realization of befitting sports infrastructure nationwide. One area of essence highly neglected is sanitation, with waste spotted in most cities due to host the upcoming games come January 2022. NOLINGA Day tells us more on the flow report.
While the special team put in place by Cameroon's head of state, President Paul Biya, has been busy taking tours and inspecting football facilities to host the 2021, now 2022 African Cup of Nations, one area civilians decry the team is yet to inspect is the sanitary conditions of some major towns due to host these advanced games. Starting from Yaoundé, the nation's capital city, where the workers of the Hygiene and Sanitation Company, which goes by the French acronym ISACAM, have been on a strike due to unpaid wages, with the result being some neighborhoods becoming an eyesore. This is the current nature of Carrefour Hotel La Paradise, which is one of the localities to witness an increase in uncatered waste. In the same light, inhabitants of the Mvok Atanganambala neighborhood still in Yaoundé say reeks of waste have been neglected and uncatered for. They add, besides the fact that they are not being able to cater for their families financially, they too, like the rest of the population, are exposed to such appalling waste as their health conditions are at risk given the prevailing sanitary conditions. Upon striking a balance, the cause of this situation in Yaoundé has been blamed on the ongoing strike action by workers of the Hygiene and Sanitation Company, ISACAM, who are demanding the payments of their 3-month-old wages. But residents in Kumba, in the southwest region of Cameroon, have also raised similar concerns, decrying the neglect of the town's overflowing waste bins. And according to sources, The waste bins have remained abandoned for several days now, posing several health hazards to the local population. And besides the stench, sources add that in most cases, the refuse literally decomposes to form manure in the soil. And in Boya, the height of neglected refuse disposal is captured in the Dirty South neighborhood, with similar consequences presented to the press. Inhabitants are calling on authorities that be to look into the situation before it takes an ugly twist.
Some members of the Southwest House of Chiefs have received training on best ways to preserve, promote, and convert natural and historical sites into employment opportunities. This was during a two-day workshop organized in Boya under the theme, The Management of Historical Sites, Monuments, Vistage in the Southwest region. Clarice Ekoweth-Osasma.
The Southwest region remains one of the regions in Cameroon blessed with natural, touristic and historic sites like Mount Fakou, the Twin Lake of Kupemouaninguba, the Bimbia slave trade site, to cite but these few. Despite its rich touristic potentials, which also make the Southwest region a nexus for economic activities within Central Africa, much of such touristic and historical sites are underreported.
When we talk of a natural site, we talk of the Bimbia slave trade, of the Twin Lakes of Kupemouaninguba, a very rare architecture of God, the House of Chiefs, is taking its time to list all these sites and be able to look for funds, both within the Regional Assembly budget and partners, national and international, to help us preserve this.
In a bid to revamp such natural and historical sites, these are members of the Southwest House of Chiefs who met in Boya for a training on best ways to preserve, promote, and convert such touristic and historical sites found in their various divisions into employment opportunities.
The Southwest happens also to be at the junction between Central Africa and the rest of the other countries. So this makes for the possibility of economic activities. It makes for the possibility of employment. The power that has been devolved from the House of Chiefs with the special status makes clear mention that we have to manage and preserve these historical sites.
Also, as custodians of culture and tradition, these participants also brainstorm on symbols and colors that represent the 6 divisions of the region.
Symbols and colors that were identified, which we will eventually submit to the delegate of culture for the Southwest fabric that is going to be produced in the days ahead.
Through these trainings, traditional authorities are expected to play their own role in enhancing development within their respective divisions.
A legendary Nigerian actor Nkem Owo, also known as Ukwa, is currently in Cameroon to boost the growth of the Cameroonian movie industry. He is currently on set the movie titled The Planter's Plantation. Eileen Summer spoke with him and brought back the following.
Heavyweight Nigerian actor, highly celebrated for his comic role in the majority of movies he starred in, Nkem Owo, lead actor in the movie titled The Planter's Plantation, has expressed satisfaction at the progress made so far by Cameroonian filmmakers, actors and actresses in recent times. Nkem Owo, commonly called Ukwa or Sophia, was speaking behind the scenes of the movie The Planter's Plantation, currently being shot at the Cameroon Development Corporation, the CDC-TICO Southwest region of Cameroon.
When I came here, I thought I was going to be the only one who has ever acted, only a Nigerian actor who has ever acted in Cameroon. But surprisingly, when I came here, I heard that there were other locations. There are still other locations in Limbe, in Bamid, a lot of places. And I say kudos to the people and those who encourage film production in Cameroon. And to be honest with you, the sky is the beginning, not the limit. And if they continue this way, I'm afraid for Nigeria.
According to the movie icon, The Planter's Plantation narrates the story of an era he relates to and believes that the movie will help sell the Cameroonian culture and the movie industry in particular.
When they told me about this production, I was so busy that I said, look, I tried to reject it one way or another. But when they told me the concept of what I'm about to do, I'm somebody who loves challenges. And I found out that it's something that is, well, I won't say pre-colonial or during colonial setting. I took up the challenge, and because I like history and I like people around me, my people, to know the history of the coming of the white man and what happened within that period. And that was why I took it up. And I came here, fortunately for me, the cast and crew makes up a family. It's like a family thing. I love where there's that kind of understanding and relationship in a production.
For the producer of the movie, Irene Nengi, The Planters Plantation is a masterpiece looking at the storyline, the cast and crew, and will go a long way to boost the Cameroonian movie industry.
We have always put it upon ourselves to dig deep into our roots, our background, to know who we are, where we're coming from, and to document that in motion pictures while trying to tell stories that are realities or near realities. So this was just one of those things. He has carried a lot of people along. So having him in this one, it's like a steam. You know, when you steam something, it gets energized, like, okay, it's a refresher. And looking at where African cinema is going internationally, you would know that he's well recognized. So I think like having him on board would expand the scope through which our movie is going to be celebrated, watched, those that will have access to it.
Though criticisms on one hand and applause on the other hand continue to animate some social media platforms about the partnership between Cameroonian and Nigerian movie filmmakers, Cameroonians have been challenged to promote their own and consume made in Cameroon for the growth of the entertainment industry.
Eileen Sama reports in the over in the Northwest region, a new microfinance institution, Premium Finance Limited, has been launched in Bamenda. The new institution, Premium Finance Limited, that aims at contributing to the economic development of the country, launched its activities over the weekend in Bamenda at their Old Treasury Street premises. The Category 1 microfinance institution hopes to open more branches in other regions of the country, as Charles Kiba tells us.
New finance institution called Premium Finance Limited has seen the light of the day as its doors went operational to the public October 22nd, 2021.
So as I'm opening this signboard, I'm opening this door of this house for prosperity, for growth, for riches, for all the customers, for more blessing and more money also. Yeah. So God bless you all.
Launching its activities at the business premises Old Treasury Street, Bamenda, Premium Limited, a Category 1 microfinance institution whose governance structure goes beyond ordinary system of today's microfinance.
We have an ethical structure which is able to also follow up the activities of the board. We're going to create a directorate of policy, risk, and strategic development, which is those are structures that you rarely find in today's microfinance.
Aimed at empowering people and society at large, provide business.
How different are we that we see and we've been able to define that our services and those we serve, we're not limited only to a particular village, a particular tribe, a particular quarter. That's from the name as we see here. The name is Premium Microfinance. It means it's a universal name. As a universal name, it means the door is open to everybody, to every investor that is going to come.
Premium Finance Limited, awakening local strength and resources, will create synergies with local and international partners within the finance industry. Rush now and get your account open, for Premium Finance Limited is out to contribute to the economic development of the country, giving values to its investors.
still ahead some 365 measures out of over 4,500 graduates from the University Institute of the Gulf of Guinea have benefited from scholarships worth over 13.2 million francs CFA. The scholarship was handed over to the laureates during a ceremony presided over by the president of the institution, CEDRICK Jambo Steve. Audrey Zaza attended the ceremony and brought back the following report.
The campus of the University Institute of the Gulf of Guinea bubbled with excitement and enthusiasm as it celebrated its best students October 15, 2021 amidst COVID-19. Out of 2,531 laureates in the HND and BTS national examinations, 12 national majors, 14 vice-best national, and 22 laureates were from IUG. The institution scored a total of 80% success in some of its schools and 100% in the paramedical field. The ceremony was presided over by the president of the institution, Steve Cedric Njambu.
L'Institut universitaire du Golfe de Guinée.
The University Institute of the Gulf of Guinea has a tradition of celebrating excellence. This year, due to health crisis, we could not organize a graduation ceremony because of the barrier measures put in place by the government. But we felt that we cannot abandon our students who have honored us. And for that, we have decided to celebrate the excellency of our graduates, to tell them we are proud of them, but also to address a message to their junior ones who look up to them and tell them at the end of every effort, there is a reward, there is recognition. The University Institute of the Gulf of Guinea is an institution of training which puts all the means at the disposal of its students so that they are best at the national level. It was a moving moment for all the graduates dressed in their graduation robes, but also for their families and loved ones.
I first of all want to thank all the staff of IUG for all the work they have done for us, because it was not so easy.
Not leaving out their professors who have supported them throughout their studies. My piece of advice to our students is to apply the different teachings that we do not doubt the institution has put the necessary means at their disposal so that they have a quality training, and we expect them to provide humanistic care in strict compliance with the rules in place. A sum of 13,250,000 francs CFA was shared amongst the best laureates, the first of its kind, and each best national student received a scholarship worth 100,000 francs each. The ceremony saw the handing over of certificates to the master and bachelor graduates, symbolizing the end of their lives as students and the beginning of their professional careers. At the end of the ceremony, with great pride, the graduates took part in the traditional toasting of their caps. Founded in 1993, the University Institute of the Gulf of Guinea is a group of 3 higher education institutions based in the same campuses in Bassa, Douala, Peka 8, specialized in the fields of commerce and management, communication and information, industry and new technologies, and paramedical training. It is one of the most important private institutions of higher education in Cameroon. Registration at IUG is ongoing, and the president, Steve Njambu, has called on students wishing to enroll in the institution to attend orientation sessions to this effect.
And to health, today is Spina Bifida Day, set aside to encourage persons suffering from the health condition. It is commemorated this year under the theme, Unlock Your Right to Health. Bokengo, what it tells us more.
Being a birth defect of the spine, spina bifida occurs when the spinal cord of a developing baby fails to develop or close properly while in the womb.
Spina bifida is a neural tube defect, like it's a problem of the brain and the spinal cord. Spina bifida, your baby is born with an open spinal cord and it's still at the level of the lower back.
The neural health condition, which may cause long-term problems such as bladder problems, walking difficulties or inability, problems with passing out stool, amongst others. Spina bifida is triggered by a genetic disorder, effects of certain medications during pregnancy, and most especially lack of folic acid vitamins during pregnancy.
Folic acid is one of the vitamin B complexes, also known as folate. Folate is a component of the DNA of every red blood cell. That is, we need folic, your system needs folic acid for the formation of red blood cells. Functions of red blood cells, one of its highest functions is to carry oxygenated blood to tissues. Now, during the formation of your baby, your fetus, in case there are deficient levels, like the level of folic acid is really low, your baby is at risk of birth defects like spina bifida.
It should be borne in mind that aside supplement, folic acid can be gotten from.
We have okra, or you can say okra. Okra contains a very high amount of folic acid. We also have pear, or you can call it avocado. Those are good sources of folic acid. It also includes beans, peanuts, green leafy vegetables, and you can just eat fruits like oranges. They also contain.
Our health report concludes today's edition of Prime News on My Media Prime Television. My name is FON QUINTA. Prime comes up at 7 p.m. with Kumnenat and his team. Stay with us. Good night.
Canal Plus enrichit son bouquet et offre la part belle au tout petit. La toute nouvelle chaîne Nathan TV qui signe En route pour l'école va permettre aux élèves des classes de CE1 jusqu'au cours moyenne 2 de reviser facilement leurs leçons.
L'objectif, c'est vraiment de mettre à disposition des enfants et avec l'accompagnement des parents, des programmes de mathématiques